Okay, so for this one, we have a proportion. So we have two fractions that are equal to each other. They are just single fractions. I've got it all as one fraction, so there's only one denominator. There's nothing extra added or subtracted to it. Equals a whole nother fraction. Now, this is the only time that we can cross multiply. Now, keep in mind, this is one term. So I like to keep things in parentheses so that I have things grouped together so that I don't think of different parts of it. Whenever we have a fraction equals a fraction and there's that equal sign in there, we can actually cross multiply. So it's always the top times the bottom. So this is negative 12 times x plus 5 equals, and then the other one is going to be 4 times x minus 3. And then from here, we have to solve the equation. So we are going to distribute, get rid of our parentheses. So watch your signs. So this is negative 12 times x, so negative 12x. Negative 12 times 5. If you don't, I know my 12 is just because I think of heights, and I know that I am about 5 feet tall, so I'm 60 inches. So that is minus 60. Equals, distribute the 4 on this side, 4x, and 4 times negative 3 is negative 12. Now, when we're solving equations, the whole goal is to get the letters on one side, and it doesn't matter which side, and the numbers onto the other side. I usually move my letters first because I hate negatives. So I move whichever one I have fewer of the variable, the smaller coefficient, and 4 is a positive, negative 12 is negative, so that's a smaller one. I want to get rid of it, partially because I really don't like negatives. I will make mistakes with negatives all the time. Okay, so once we do that, these will cancel out, and then I have 16x, and now I'm fairly space saving. So I have my 16x on this side, which tells me I need to get rid of anything that is on that same side with it. So I want to get rid of this minus 12, so plus 12. So it looks like if somebody just looks at my work that I did it all at once, but I really did it one thing at a time. So 60 and 12, negative 60 and 12 are opposite signs, which means I'm going to subtract. So that is going to be 48. And since the negative was the bigger number, it stays negative. To get the x completely by itself, it is times 16. So I'm going to go divide by 16. Whatever I do on one side, have to do on the other. And x equals, this one I actually happen to know because it shows up so often. And I'm really thinking of how do I get a 6 to be an 8? 18. 3 times 6 is 18, so that's really where my brain is thinking. And then I just checked that it does work. So 48 divided by 16 is negative 3. And then I could double check it in my problem. So negative 3 minus 3 is negative 6. Negative 12 divided by negative 6 is 2. 4 divided by x, negative 3 plus 5 is 2, and 4 divided by 2 is 2. So it is actually going to work when I check it. I don't usually write my work, but I do kind of look at my answers, especially if I'm questioning myself. So this is just x equals negative 3. Don't forget your negatives. Okay, so cross multiplying and then just using all of the information that you know is probably the easiest way to do these. Yep.